From the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
Lots of active transportation projects taking shape in Henrico, and 3 local all-star baseball teams win state championships. We'll tell you about it in today's Henrico News Minute for Thursday, July 14th, 2022. It's brought to you today by the law firm of Barnes & Deal.
And now for the news.
Henrico County's Transportation Division is planning 108 active transportation projects countywide totaling $423 million during the next 6 years or so. 65 of them will involve bike and pedestrian components. Included among the projects, $5.8 million for construction work on the Henrico portion of the Fall Line Trail. That's a multi-phase project that ultimately will stretch from Ashland to Petersburg. Phase 1 of the Henrico portion will stretch from Spring Park to Dumbarton Road. Phase 2 will go from Dumbarton to the Lakeside Youth Baseball Complex across from Belmont Golf Course. You can read more about all of these projects right now on henricocitizen.com. The morning rush hour could be affected by an accident that happened on I-95 yesterday. A vehicle struck the Scott Road overpass. That's near Parham Road at mile marker 83 in Henrico. Traffic is only impacted on the southbound side as emergency bridge work continues. It's expected to be completed at some point today. No one was injured in a drive-by shooting that happened in Henrico on Tuesday night. It was about 7:37 p.m. and it happened in the 9500 block of North Run Road. Witnesses said a dark gray sedan drove by a home and someone inside the car began shooting. There was a man in the yard at the time. The man returned fire. If you know anything, call police at 501-5000. Congratulations are in order for 3 youth baseball teams that have recently won Virginia State Championships. The Glen Allen Youth Athletic Association's 11-year-old All-Star team, which last year finished 3rd in the Babe Ruth League World Series as 10-year-olds, has won the state title. They did so in Herndon in Northern Virginia by sweeping 3 games. The team already had an invitation to this year's 11-year-old World Series, which will be held July 29th and thereafter in Jensen Beach, Florida, but now it will first advance to the Southeast Regional Tournament being held this week in Stafford, Virginia. Meanwhile, the 10-year-old Glen Allen All-Star team also won the state championship in its category, did so at its home field, RF&P Park. July 11th, the team beat Williamsburg 16-6 in the title game to conclude a 4-0 run through the tournament. The first 2 games were played in Amosville, Virginia. That team now advances to its own Southeast Regional Tournament, which begins July 20th in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. And on the Little League side, the Tuckahoe Little League's national 8 to 10-year-old All-Star team won the state championship earlier this week in Lynchburg, defeating a team from West Springfield 9-3. Tuckahoe began the tournament by winning 3 games in pool play, including the 3rd in walk-off fashion. Then in the single elimination portion of the tournament, it won 2 games on July 11th before winning the championship game. The Keep Henrico Beautiful Committee recently selected the winners of its annual Land Lover and Clean Business Awards. They're given to properties that are beautifully landscaped and highlight best practices for soil and water conservation as well as garden habitats. The winners were the Hayes family in the Brooklyn District, Karen Wolf and Ron Stradone of the Fairfield District, Judy Ann and David Drash of the Three Chop District, Cheryl Smith in the Tuckahoe District, and Evelyn B. Dixon of the Verina District. The business winner was Ravana Natural Designs at 3009 Lincoln Avenue. Henrico-based Elephant Insurance recently completed its 4th round of charitable giving to nonprofits, bringing its total amount of donations during the past year to $300,000 awarded to 52 nonprofits that have been impacted by or that provide relief related to the COVID-19 pandemic. In the latest batch of donations, St. Joseph's Villa and Comfort Zone Camp each received $15,000. The McShin Foundation was one of several to receive $10,000. Today's Henrico News Minute has been brought to you by Barnes & Deal. Barnes & Deal has emerged as a highly respected family law firm over the past 3 decades with the resources, skills, and experience necessary to handle high-asset divorces and other complex family law matters across Virginia. To learn more, visit barnesfamilylaw.com, that's BARNES, or call 796-1000.